Alright, y'all. Sorry, my computer's being weird, so I'm having to do all these weird settings. Test tomorrow. Let's go over it. So it says use the table to the right to find the solutions, the x value of negative 2x minus 12 equals 2 plus 5x. So I've taught y'all that when you have this side on y1, this side on y2. Well, they've already done that for us. So remember, you're just looking for where y1 equals y2. Well, this is y1, this is y2, and right here they equal. So negative 2 is my answer. X equals negative 2. So same concept on number 2. They plugged this in y1, this in y2, y1, y2, and we're looking for where they match. So they don't match, so they match right here. Therefore, my answer is x equals 1. Okay, pretty simple. Now, what if I didn't give you the table? So just a quick reminder, because on the test you might not have a table on some of these. You type the left side on y1, negative 2x minus 12, right side on y2, 2 plus 5x, second graph, and you look for where y1 and y2 match. So we already said our answer was negative 2, and again, negative 8, so there's my answer. Okay, you can also go to your graph, and we see that they touch at a negative answer, so you can scroll to the negatives, or you can hit second trace 5 for intersect, enter, and they touch at negative 2. So either of those ways will work. Okay, let's look at number 3 through 8. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and label, because if you notice, the graphs are labeled g of x, j of x, h of x, f of x. So 3x minus 12 is f of x, 3 minus 2x is g of x, x plus 2 is j of x, 3 minus 2x is g of x, 3x minus 12 is f of x. So those are my equations. So this is saying, where does f of x equal g of x? Well, where are they touching? So here's g of x, and here's f of x. So x equals 3. Okay. Here is 2 equals j of x. Remember, if it equals something, well, first off, 2 is my h of x. Okay, but we're looking for it at a height. So h of x is here, j of x is here, so they touch right here at 0, because x is 0 right here. Okay, again, g of x and h of x. Okay, it says estimate, so that's probably meaning it's a decimal. So g of x and h of x touch right here. So we'll just say x equals 0.5. 3x minus 12 equals 2. So again, f of x and h of x. F of x, h of x right here. So that's a little more than 4.5. We'll say like 4.75. I don't know.
After this time, you should have a capacity in the hall.
If you put 4.5, I definitely would not count off. Okay. This one's different. It says find j of negative 3. So we know j equation is right here. We know j of graphs right here. What was replaced? J of x. J of x. X was replaced. So we know this is x equals negative 3. So we're looking for y here. So x is negative 3 right here, and j touches right here, so that's at negative 1. Okay. Here, j of x equals negative 1, so that's saying y is negative 1. Okay. So y is negative 1 right here, which this is just the opposite of number 7, so x is negative 3. Okay. All right. Use the graph to the right to find the solutions at x values to the following. Now, if you don't like these and you like the tables better, could you type this in your calculator, left side, right side, and see where they equal, just like we did on number 1 and 2, or like I showed you on number 1 and 2? You can. Okay, but I'm going to do it from the table because that's what it, or the graph, because that's what it's asking. Okay, so 5x plus 50 is h, 25 is g, so we're looking for where h and g touch. So h and g touch right here, because h and g, so that's at x equals negative 5. Here we have g and f, so g and f touch at the same spot, so again, negative 5. Here we have two different equations, so f of x plus 50 is h, negative 6 minus 5 is f, h and f touch the same spot. Okay, negative 15, sorry, is J, and 25 is G, so J and G touch right here, which is x equals negative 2. J and F, so J and F touch down here, which at x equals 0. Now again, this one's different like number 7. It's inside my parentheses. This is telling me x equals negative 6, so I'm looking for y. So h negative 6 is here. That's at a height of 20. Okay, now this is saying y is 25 for j, so j is here. Wait, did I look at the wrong equation? No, I did. Okay, that was h. Sorry, I'm talking to myself. This is j, so j is here, and I'm looking for where j is a height of 25. That is x equals negative 2. So if you notice, this is the same as this one. It's just worded different. Okay? Alright, next page. So this is the same concept, except I'm giving you a table this time. So G equals H. So G equals H, we're looking for where they match. So they match right here, which is at negative 5. G equals F. So G of X equals F of X, which they were matched right here at negative 5. H of X and F of X, so H of X and F of X. Same spot right there at negative 5. Lots of negative 5s today. J and G, we're looking for where they match. So they match here at negative 2. And J and F, they match right here at x equals 0. Alright, let's look at 21 through 24. They go together. I don't know why I numbered them all different versus doing like an A, B, C, D. Okay, Julia is purchasing some gifts online. She found a seller that charges $12 flat for shipping and $2.50 each. Gift wrap each item. Write an appropriate model of her cost. So this is just asking for an equation. So y equals, so it's $12 plus $2.50 each. Remember the word each, every, and per tell you where the x goes. So since there was an each with the $2.50, that's why the $2.50 has the x. Okay, that's what you're paying over and over and over again if you buy more and more and more. Okay, so it says use the same gift scenario from above. How much will she pay for 6 gifts? So let's put our calculator on. Sorry, I'm going to move this so y'all can see it. I'm going to type it in. 12 plus 250x. Also, before I keep going, y equals 250x plus 12 is totally acceptable as well. Okay, both of those are perfect. So second graph, it says if she bought 6 gifts. So I want you to realize gifts is your x. That's each gift. Okay, so 6 would be $27. Then it says, using the same gift scenario from above, how many gifts will she be able to purchase if she only had $40 to spend on shipping and gift wrap? So if we only had 40, so can you spend 42 if you only have 40? No. Can you spend $39.50? Yes. So she could do 11 gifts. Now it says explain the ordered pair 7, 29.5 for the scenario above. This is on your test, so please be careful. 7 is my x. That's how many gifts. $29.50 is my price. That's how much it would cost. So if Julia bought 7 gifts, it would cost $29.50 to wrap and ship. Okay. Alright, let's look at number 25. Okay, if I'm going fast, remember you can pause and play as much as you need to, okay? 25. A hot air balloon is 750 meters above the ground and begins to descend at a rate of 25 meters per minute. The graph below shows the height of the hot air balloon. Okay, so here's our graph. So it started at 750, so this is my height. Okay, and per minute, so this is minutes. Okay? It says write a function to represent the scenario. So again, I like to start with your starting point. We started at 750 and we're descending. Descending means going down, so subtracting 25 meters per minute. That tells us that the x goes here. Okay? Again, if you wrote negative 25, so you could also write this, negative 25x plus 750. So be careful, it's not minus 750. Okay? The 25 is negative. How long will it take the balloon to reach the height of approximately, that's what that means, 375. So that would be about here, which is about 15 minutes, because between 10 and 20 is 15. How high off the ground will the balloon be after 10 minutes? So here's 10, so it'd be 500 meters. How long will it take the balloon to reach the ground? 30 minutes. Sorry, I was in my own world for a minute. The ground. So we're saying if it reaches the ground, that's y equals 0. So that's 30 minutes. Table at the right shows some of the values of f of x. Okay. I want you to remember the rainbow. Negative 6 matches negative 6. Negative 4 matches negative 4. 0 matches 0. Okay, which means 6 is here, so 6 will also be whatever comes here. And then this is all counting by 1, so this would be negative 5. So negative 4 is at negative 3 and 0. Remember, these are symmetric pairs because they have the same y. Okay, the solution of the equation at y equals 0. So y is 0 here at 1 and here at negative 4. And then 6. Well, we had one shown, but we found the other at negative 5. Okay? So don't forget your rainbow. Given the graph of x squared minus 2x minus 6, determine the solutions to the related equations. So I want you to realize I'm giving you y because there's no f and there's no, or h, and there's no parentheses with a number in between. That's how you know it's x. So at a height of 2, it wants to know the solution. So negative 2 and 4. Okay. At a height of negative 7, we only have one solution because that's my vertex. So that's at x equals 1. And at 9, so if you notice, these are decimals. Okay, I'm going to show you how to find them properly, but I want you to realize you could also estimate here. Okay, I'm going to type in my equation, x squared, remember left side on y1, right side on y2. So there's my one line, there's my other line, and I know that they touch, but they're just not pretty points. So I can do second trace 5 because I'm looking for where they intersect. And I'm going to take my cursor and move it closer to one of them. 1, 2, 3. And when it says intersection, that's your answer. Oh, it is a pretty number. I don't know. Our graph is off then. Oh, I'm a dummy and drew it at 7, not 9. Okay, sorry guys. 9 is up here where we don't see, so this totally works anyway. So negative 3. And then to find the other one, you do second trace 5 again, but you'd scroll over to the other side, enter, 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 and it's 5. So I want you to realize, if I would have realized, I just assumed this was going up to 10, so it was 1 less. I didn't even look at the numbers, sorry guys. But you could have just gone to your table. Matches at 5, matches again at negative 3. Sorry, my lighting is off. I got a new camera and I don't know how much I like it. Okay. Here, the table at the right shows these values of this equation. Determine the solutions of the related equations. So same concept as the last one, except I give you a table this time. But again, you have to know your rainbow. Negative 5, negative 9, so negative 9 would come next. 15, so 15 would come, negative 15 would come next. 23, so negative 23 would come next. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we finished our table. So negative 5 is at x equals 3 and x equals 0. Negative 3 is at 1 and 2. And negative 15 is at 5 and negative 2. There are your answers. Thanks to the rainbow. Number 12 and 13 say find your zeros. There's two ways to do this. Put this on Y1, this on Y. Actually, this is the only way, really. There's two ways to find it in your calculator, the graph or the table. So let's see if they're pretty numbers. If they're pretty numbers, your graph or your table is going to be the easiest. X squared minus 2x minus 120. So I know it touches there. Okay. Okay, so x equals 10, negative 10. And let's go the other way. X equals 12. So now if we do 13, so x equals 0 and x equals 6. So remember, when we're dealing with quadratics, a lot of times there will be more than one answer. But like we saw here, there could also be one, okay? And there could also be none. What if I said equals negative 8? Well, down here, it never touches, so that would be no solution. Okay, guys? Almost done. Over halfway. Okay? So this is graphed here. Graph the solution. So it says graph the solutions, or the graph is matched. At negative 3. So I want you to realize negative 3 is right here. So the solutions are 1 and 2. Okay, so right here and right here. Okay, it says put this in standard form. Okay, I know we haven't done this in a while, but I want you to realize standard form just means everything's on one side. So I'm going to add 3, and I get negative x squared plus 3x minus 2 equals 0. I'm pretty sure this means to say 15. Sorry, guys. Okay, and it says graph to the right. So let's fill in our new equation. Negative x squared plus 3x minus 2. So negative 1, negative 6. 0, negative 2. So I want you to realize the graph's pretty much exactly the same, but do you see how now the same solutions are just zeros? Because I set it equal to 0. So my solutions would be the same, just so it's still x equals 1, x equals 2. Okay. A diver's height, h in meters above the water, is approximately this equation, where h of 0 is the initial height in meters, negative 5 is a constant based on the acceleration due to gravity, and t is the time in seconds the diver falls through the air. The graph below represents his scenario. If Liam is on a cliff that is 30 meters tall, write a function that represents his height above the water. So his height above the water would just be h equals 30. How high in the air will Liam be at 1 second after he falls? So 1 second is here, and he's 25, what is this counting by? Meters. So these are meters, and these are seconds. Okay, how long will it take Liam to be 10 meters from the water? So 10 meters is here at 2 seconds. About how many seconds will it take Liam to reach the water? So it says about, so we can estimate, and we'll say, what, about 2.5. Okay, when it says about, you can estimate.
Just a quick announcement that if you are coming to watch the color guard performance, it starts at 3:15 in the comments. Again, color guard performance is at 3:15 in the comments. Thank you.
Use the graph to answer questions 21 and 22. So use the graph to find the solution of x squared equals 4. So this is x squared, this is 4, and it's x equals 2, and x equals negative 2. So it says put x squared equals 4 in standard form, so you just subtract 4 from both sides. You get x squared minus 4 equals 0. Okay, find the solutions of the equation here using the table below. So all they did was y1, y2, and we're looking for where they match. So they match here, and here. So x equals -2, x equals 4. Now it says in standard form is this, so just letting you know, we're not quite dealing with all that yet, but it is that in standard form. Okay, use your calculator, graph, or table. An astronaut standing on the surface of the moon throws a rock upward from 5 feet with an initial velocity of 32 feet per second. The height of the rock is given by this function, where h is the given height in feet and at the rock of any time t seconds. So let's type this in, -2.7, sorry y'all can't see that, x squared plus 32x plus 5. So it says, what would be the height after 5 seconds? So instead we can use a graph or the table. I like the table. Okay, 5 seconds would be a height of 97.5 feet. How long will it take for the rock to hit the surface of the moon? So that would be at the ground, that's where y is 0. So if you look, it's going to be between 12 and 13. It's super close, so we'll just say about 12 seconds. Yeah. Okay. A diver on a platform 25 feet in height jumps upward with an initial velocity of 8 feet per second. His height, h in feet, after t seconds is given by this function. What is his maximum height? So, I mean, you can come through here and scroll and see if you find your rainbow, but we don't, and that's what makes this hard. Okay, if you look here, you're going to think it's 25, but it's going to be better to go to our graph. We taught you how to do this. Okay, we don't see our maximum, so we're going to zoom, 3, enter. Now, you'll see it kind of go, it's like this, and it's super small and super ugly. We can hardly see it, but our calculator can. Second trace, we're looking for the maximum. See how it says left bound, so we need to go to the left and make sure our cursor's on the left. And then it says right bound, so see how it kind of went up and over to the other side? Enter, enter, because we don't want to guess. So it's 0.249999909. So we're just going to say, sorry, we're looking at the y, it's height, my bad. Okay, so 26 feet. Okay, how long will it take him to reach the surface of water? So that's going to be at a height of 0. We can find the exact. But if you look here, we know it's going to be between 1 and 2 seconds. So if you write between 1 and 2 seconds, that's fine. I'm going to show you how to find the exact. So 5, I'm going to scroll over there. Oop, enter, enter, enter. So it's going to be about 1.5, how long will it take? Seconds. Okay. Almost done. Define input. Okay, what is input? What is output? Input, guys, is just your x. It's all your x's. It's kind of like your domain. Sorry, people are knocking on my door. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. So your input is literally just your domain. Sorry, I was trying to listen and see who it was. It's all your x values. All your output is your range. All possible y values. Alright guys, bring me any questions you have tomorrow. Your test is tomorrow, just a reminder. If you have any questions, let me know before your test. Sorry, I have to change all these settings to quit recording.